Mike to share here with another guided programming coaching call question. This one says, I've noticed a very large difference between my rack pulls and deficit and 2 count pause deadlifts. I can typically lift 20 or more kilos on the deficit and paused pulls versus the rack pulls. What does this tell me, if anything? Background is very little, if any, experience on both movement types. It doesn't tell you a whole lot. A lot of people like to think that it does, and like to think that relative strength or weakness in one movement or another indicates a weakness. And I found that this is only sometimes true, so that doesn't make it terribly useful in diagnosing a weakness to me. Now, if your rack pull is sufficiently weaker than your pulls from a deficit or pause, that does indicate that you are weak at the lockout. It just doesn't indicate a specific weak muscle group. Because depending on your position and technique, it could be a number of things going on. It just suggests to me that I bet that guy's weak at the lockout on his regular deadlift as well. And if that's the case, make sure that for one, that you're always doing those rack pulls when they're prescribed. For two, you might want to try pausing your deadlifts just below the knee. Instead of pausing off the floor, pull it up to just below the knee, then pause for your 2 count, and then finish the movement and repeat as required.